Hey everybody, this is Jim here from the Pain PT, and I just want to do a quick follow-up on the 5 steps and ways I posted just the other day regarding how to deal with these brain sensations we feel in our body. And one of the things that came up in the comments I just want to address is the step 3 and 4 in the process. Step 3 is this idea that you welcome in, you invite in whatever you're feeling. And we can take this from a couple different approaches. Some people like to use somatic tracking, what we call PRT, pain reprocessing therapy, and that works for some people. For those of you who find it's not helping, I tell people you don't have to do that. That's just one strategy, because what can happen, and it did happen for me at some point, was it turns to hypervigilance. So sometimes if you're doing somatic tracking and you're over focusing with too much intensity or focus on your sensations, you could end up turning it into hypervigilance. And if that's the case, then it's not going to be helpful. So the idea in step 3 is that it doesn't matter what the symptoms are doing, the sensations are doing. So whether you invite them in, welcome them in, or you just let them be, let them go, let them flow, let them do whatever they want. The idea is whatever, it doesn't matter. We are not trying to fix them. Simply, that's what that step 3 is for. We're not trying to stop them, not trying to change them and modify them and treat them. Okay, we're not trying to treat these sensations like we treat other symptoms of the body that are from structural damage and things like that. We're not doing that here. What we're doing is we're teaching our brain that there is no danger or threat. Remember, the brain, when it feels under danger or threat, it kicks off these protective reactions. Protective. So important to remember that word, because what feels like absolute destructive sensations, absolutely harmful, absolutely painful and debilitating and severe sensations, are actually protective in a way. Isn't that crazy? But we need to see it this way, because otherwise, if we think they're destructive or harmful or dangerous or threatening, then we are going to follow suit. We're going to basically be in alignment with those sensations. But when we realize this is about protection, and when a brain feels threatened or under danger, it kicks out fight, flight, freeze reactions. And these are what your somatic sensations are. Now, again, step 3, step 4, somatic tracking or PRT, pain reprocessing therapy, is one tool. If you find that it's not working for you, or you're becoming hypervigilant, or again, if you're going at it with this intention that you're trying to change, fix, solve, modify your sensations, which a lot of people end up doing, and I did that too for a while, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So you don't have to do it. The idea here is that you are looking to reappraise what is happening. You're looking to understand what's happening here, right? That's your first step. What is this? And then you can move down through those subsequent steps there in a way that makes sense for you. Okay, if this is just protective, this is just a brain reacting because it doesn't feel safe, then what can we do to create safety? That's another way to think of this. What can you do to create safety in yourself, in your brain? Some people go to the evidence. Hey, let me read. There's nothing wrong with me. I don't have enough physical evidence to show there's something wrong in my body where I'm feeling this. Okay, I have a lot of evidence for my brain. That's the issue. So you got to be very clear. That can help people calm down. Sometimes just like taking a few deep breaths and, okay, calm down. I'm too worked up right now. That second step, lots of reassurance, soothing, safety messages, self-compassionate safety messages, calming messages can help people calm down. All right, so there's different reasons. Sometimes you have emotions. You want to address, acknowledge the emotion that's arising up in you. That can help you to release the emotion and calm back down. So there's different things here within these 5 steps, but essentially that step 3 and 4, I just want to highlight that because people were commenting on that. Hey, somatic tracking makes it worse, or how do I ignore the sensations? And I tell people, you're not ignoring. Step 4 is not ignoring these things. It's not going to work. You are deliberately moving your attention away from the sensations because of a reason. There's a reason why you don't want to focus on them. And that's because you are fine. You need to come from your evidence and understanding, belief. That is the number one thing. Dr. Sarno, who wrote a number of best-selling books, said knowledge is the cure. And I believe it's the first step to the cure, or can be the cure for some people. Because if you understand and know there's nothing wrong with you, and your brain is kicking this out and can perpetually keep kicking this out because it doesn't feel safe. And you can explore why that is. Why does your brain still feel on edge? Why does your brain still feel not secure and settled? And you can look at that. You can look at your history. You can look at the way your personality is too, because that all plays into this whole picture, right? So if your personality is traits are some of the ones Dr. Sarno mentioned, like the people pleaser, the appeaser, the overachiever, the conscientious one who's doing everything and giving everything to everybody, or the perfectionist and putting hard pressure on ourselves to overachieve. Well, why are we doing that? There's reasons why we do that. That's actually not considered normal. That's not healthy. Well, we learned that from somewhere, okay, as a coping mechanism. And that kicks out stress. So that these personality traits could kick out stress in you. Or again, you're worked up too much, you're racing around, you got a racing mind, go, go, go. You're not relaxing enough. There's lots of reasons why this could be happening. But the bottom line is the brain's kicking this out in your body. And we're trying to understand that none of these symptoms, right? They're not symptoms, they're sensations from your brain. They are not threatening and dangerous as a sensation or a symptom, as a physical sensation, which many people call symptoms. And you get all these diagnoses. Once we know this is your brain, we need to remove all the secondary reactions to these sensations. Again, you're told you got this diagnosis, you got these symptoms. No, that's not what this is. So if we can remove that whole piece there, things can start to calm down. Then we can maybe explore some of the roots of this and understand why your brain is doing this, and work on ways to reduce the threat and danger in your brain. And again, go back to some other personality traits that are more normal and healthy, and really try to live our lives from, again, this sort of empowered, compassionate, self-affirmative, assertive place, which is a really nice place and healthy place to live from. And then the system will learn to calm down. It can take time. You may go through many different symptom imperatives because the brain is still feeling threatened. Remember, the brain is the central focus point here, not the body. You can have 100 symptoms, 100 sensations moving around. We don't focus on the sensations. They are all an output from your brain. We focus on the brain. This is just another manifestation of the same thing in your brain. You have to see it that way. Otherwise, you'll be tricked, taken down the rabbit hole of this one, that one, all these different types of bodily sensations. Okay, everybody, hope that helps. Just a little addition to the 5 steps. I'll continue to talk about these and continue to expound upon them and talk about your brain and how we can get out of this and you can all feel better. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.